Wayne, welcome to Sea Talk.
Hi, how you going?
Good, excellent. Wayne, who are you? Come on, introduce yourself to people that don't know you.
Sure. Wayne Thompson. So I'm the out of home controller for Friesland Campina. I've been doing the role for almost 3 years now over at Friesland. Again, our company name may not roll straight off the tongue there, Friesland Campina, but our brands certainly do. We're famous for flavored milks such as Yuzu, Chocomel, and Barista Coffee Co, which we're about to talk about today.
Good. Well, let's get straight into it because, like I said, we're going to be really pushing this time wise. So, talk to us about Barista then. What is the brand?
Sure. So Barista Coffee Co. is it's our canned ready-to-drink cold coffee, which we brought into the market a couple of years back now in three flavors: a cafe latte, caramel latte, and a double shot espresso. We created it a few years back with the convenience and the on-the-go channel in mind. We noticed that there was a gap in the market for an entry-level ready-to-drink coffee that could help bring shoppers into the category and really enjoy that sort of premium experience, but not at that sort of price point. Since we've launched, it's been really successful. So it's grown to be a 1.2 million pound brand, and it actually outsells the UK's number one coffee chain's ready-to-drink coffee in traditional convenience stores as well, which is really a testament to its entry-level price point, which generates trial as we hoped it would, and its high perceived value of it being in a can helps to deliver that, not only the premium taste that you get with it, but actually a premium feel with it, as when you do buy into it. And that
So, how long has the category existed as a whole then? Because it still feels relatively new to me.
Yeah, so I mean, again, I probably couldn't pinpoint the exact start date when ready-to-drink coffee was out there, but certainly it's been around for the last 6 or 7 years. With likes of other brands, shall we say, premium brands, or bringing it to the fore, sort of likes of Starbucks, etc. And what we saw was that they sort of really had an open field to play in, and were at quite a high pence per litre for that. It was a great product. We went away and made a product that tastes, in my opinion, far superior, and offered it to the market at a much better price. Since it's launched, the market's worth, I think off the top of my head, 191 million pounds now. Growing at 34% year on year. So it's it's a market that's not to be sort of shied away from. It's grown double digits every year since I've been working in flavoured milk.
And likely to continue. What's the future there?
I think so, and I think when you look back to those last couple of years where most people have been at home, actually, ready to drink coffee really sort of held up actually. So as we see the world unlocking and people returning to those sort of on the go journeys, on the go missions, you can only expect those sales to be sort of like for like in a much better place.
So let's get some advice for you for retailers then. So like where should it be stocked? How best to sell it, all of that sort of stuff.
So in convenience stores, consumers treat on the go drinks all in one sort of basket really, and we would always recommend stocking this in the soft drinks soft drink aisle, soft drinks chiller, where people are on the same mission, effectively buying a drink on the go, making sure it's relatively adjacent to other flavored milks as well as soft drinks. The price point is fantastic. In convenience, we've got a £1 PMP, which again, is still in market and should be for quite some time. When again, we know that consumers' pockets are really being hit hard from every direction. So this not only does it offer value, but it offers retailers the opportunity to show value in store as well.
Good. Oh, well, let's just end on that. So what your average retailer, what's the opportunity for them in what you've seen? Because not everyone will understand the category. So for your average retailer, what do you think the opportunity is here?
Yeah, I think the opportunity really is, with the £1 price flash on there, it really is a way to drive in new baskets, new shoppers. It's a big news in the category, and it's the whole ready to drink arena is dominated by higher price brands. So it allows people to shop into that sector that people may not be shopping into already because they're put off by the higher price point. And I think again, as I said, value is on the minds of many people at the moment. So again, I think as retailers are fighting for sort of share of footfall, this is something that's going to help really support that.
Brilliant. Wayne, amazingly, time is up. Don't go, because I might bring you back in the end if you've got time.
No worries.
But thank you for joining us. I'm going to bring in Bay, who is not your average retailer, but we'd love to hear from him. Let's get him in. Hiya, Bay. Welcome to Sea Talk.
Hi there. You all right, Paul?
Yeah, all right, man. Look, obviously, I know who you are. We've known each other many years, but could you introduce yourself to people that haven't seen you before on this?
Yeah, of course. I'm Bay Bashir. I've got 5 Go Local stores in the middle of the northeast area of England. We just do everything that we can to provide the community and do community stores, and you do the best we can. In tough times, coffee is an important market trade at the moment.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that. What role does coffee play in your stores? I mean, it's both hot and cold.
Yeah, hot and cold is important. We have a hot option as well. We have a radio coffee machine, but cold coffee is it's a growing trend right across the whole market. Really, I think. But what we could do with really more so is a bit more advice on categorizing where it should go, exactly where we should put in the chiller. Where does it belong? That we're just making it up as we go along. Really, what we think. I mean, if I'm being really honest, I mean, there's no help with this category. You just put it where you think it needs to go. The Barista price mark pound price point, I won't lie, that's what made me get it in, to be honest, because the price point is key at that level. We have the Costa coffees, we have you have the Starbucks, but then the Barista's next in line for a good brand, good price point, which brings heavy sales. It's all about the price, really. We're in, not the best part of not an affluent area, really. So price is always a key in any way you go, really, to be honest. So I think the price point is really key at the moment. We sell really strong sales we see.
So do you think that's probably, the brand's grown the market a little bit? Because like you say, it was a pretty high price point.
Definitely. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's my opinion anyway. And I think it's only going to grow from strength to strength. I think we see huge amount of sales, only getting stronger and stronger. More people, different brands are coming into the market. So it's going to get competitive, obviously, because there's money in it. Obviously, more people want to be involved in it. That's the thing that you got to be aware of as well. Yeah. And you don't want to overload it with different types of categories. I'm a good point, a middle point, and a low point. So you want to get everything for everybody, but not too much range. So getting the right balance, really, and getting it. But there's no advice on it, really. That's my big concern regarding cold coffee cans. Where do you get that advice from?
It's pretty hard. Part of, I said it sort of still feels new, actually, and kind of almost surprised that it was, 6 years old, but it does still feel that way a little.
Oh, without doubt, you're right, Paul. I mean, I agree with that totally, because I wouldn't believe it was about 6 years unless you told me that, because I don't believe I've had it for 6 years in my shop, to be honest. But you see trends that are going. You're looking for better trends, a way of improving your stores, and it's really coming to the forefront of a lot of what we're doing at the moment. And I'm looking to grow it. And when I was asked to come on here, it's really interesting to me to maybe understand a little bit more about it and maybe grow that category the best I can and get a bit more understanding about it. And where do we get that advice from? Because you haven't looked for it and find the best we can. I look for it because I want to know, but I want to understand it. But there's no real, anywhere where you can find it, really, if I'm honest.
Yeah, that's a really interesting point, actually. Where do you sell it in store?
We put it in the soft drinks chiller, where Wayne said, really, pretty much what he said, but it's just hit and miss, really. We just put it where I think it needs to go. I'm second guessing where I think, but I mean, just off my own experience of retailing. But if you've got a new retailer coming into the industry, where would you think about putting that, or how would you going to get that into his store if you don't know where to put it? First things first is, if you want to put it into someone's store, you need to know where he's going to put it alongside what.
Yeah, it's an interesting point. Well, of course, the man to ask really and get this advice from is Wayne.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's why.
Bring him back in. We'll talk. Yeah. We'll chat to Wayne.
Yeah.
Hiya, Wayne. Welcome back.
Hi there, just listening to that.
Here. To us, it feels like a new category, and like Bay was saying, and you're saying, we're absolutely seeing the double-digit growth, but we reckon there's more. What's your advice to retailers?
Yeah, and again, so probably two things. I think the first one, just to address Bay's point there, is around sort of category advice, and I think with it being quite it's only now just grown into the beast it is, really. So and I think it's been a bit fragmented, being for a long time just one supplier in the marketplace. But absolutely now we should be putting out, us at a minimum should be putting out some category advice. So watch this space, really, to help support that, either through the trade press or through sort of an online medium. I mean, the second thing is this, it's going to grow. It's going to continue growing. How much share of shelf you give it really is going to come down to that sort of footprint. And again, we know shelves aren't expandable, so it all comes down to decision making. And where we've seen things like protein take a step back in the last few years, the question is that going to come back in to the fore now? Gyms are open and people are out again, and will it see those heady heights of sort of 4 years ago when protein, people couldn't seem to get enough of it? But coffee has been, significantly just growing through the pandemic, didn't take that dip off. So it's definitely one to back and support. And I think, with Bay's right, again, a retailer of your caliber, knowing exactly where to put it just without any advice is probably testament to your sort of years in the trade, right? But absolutely, soft drink chiller, you understand the consumer. But your point about someone coming new into the arena, new into independent retail, definitely needs that advice. Where else would they put it? Would they put it next to 4 pints of milk, or would they put it somewhere at the back of the store where the people, consumers aren't looking for it? So absolutely right. Soft drink chiller, adjacent to flavored milks, adjacent to those other types of drinks as well in there. Your sort of not your carbonates, probably your sort of energy drink. Sorry, it would probably be somewhere in between energy and flavored milk would probably be where we'd suggest it. So I think you're absolutely right. We need to do more as an industry of suppliers to make sure we're supporting the independent retail trade with strong category advice. And I think this is definitely a winner and one to back.
Good man. And we'll get that advice out for you, Wayne, when we can work together on that. Bay, we're very nearly out of time. Last word from you to any retailers or who are thinking, should I do coffee? Should I be doing more?
If you're not doing cold coffee, you need to get into it, because, like I said, apart from where it goes on the shelf, it needs to be in your store, because it's going to grow in category, and it's lost sales, lost revenue, and it's good margin. It's very good margin. So you'd be silly not to be in it. But if you're not in it, get in it, definitely.
Beautiful.
I will say we'll make it a little easier for some retailers in autumn. We've already had one burst of van sales this year on Barista. We'll do a second burst as well nationally in autumn. So hopefully, if you're watching this and you see our van turn up with our products on the back, you're probably going to get a good deal and definitely one to pick up while you're there.
All right, lads, time is up. Thank you both very, very much.
Thank you.
Absolutely fascinating. I told you to go quick. And I look forward to seeing you both soon.
Thank you.